I was skeptical about this one at first. I mean, I've built PCs before, and I know how much work goes into getting everything just right. But then I got my hands on the CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme, and honestly, it changed my mind pretty quickly. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those half-baked pre-builts that cuts corners to hit a price point. It's got a solid 13th Gen Intel Core i5-13400KF under the hood, which is no slouch for gaming or even some light content creation. Paired with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060 and 32GB of RAM, it handles modern titles like Cyberpunk 2077 and Alan Wake 2 at high settings without breaking a sweat. I ran a few benchmarks and was surprised by how smooth everything stayed, even with ray tracing turned on. That's not something I expected from a pre-built without tweaking anything. The 2TB SSD is another big win. Loading times are practically non-existent, and having that much storage means I don't have to constantly juggle games or files. I've got room for my entire library plus a few extra projects. Windows 11 Home comes pre-installed, so it's ready to go right out of the box, no reinstallation headaches. That's a nice touch for anyone who just wants to plug it in and start playing. Cooling is always a concern with pre-builts, but this one actually impressed me. The case has decent airflow, and the included fans do their job without being obnoxiously loud. I ran it for hours during a weekend gaming marathon, and the temps stayed well within safe ranges. It's not a custom loop or anything, but for the price, it's more than adequate. I didn't have to crack the case open to upgrade anything, which is a relief. The build quality feels solid too. The case is sturdy, the RGB lighting is tasteful, not over the top, and the cable management is clean enough that I didn't feel the need to reorganize everything. It's not a showpiece, but it's not a jumbled mess either. Everything just works, which is honestly the best thing you can say about a pre-built. I also like that it's not locked into some proprietary nonsense. The motherboard is standard ATX, so if I ever want to upgrade the GPU or add more storage down the line, I can. That's a big deal because a lot of pre-builts make upgrades a nightmare. This one gives you room to grow without forcing you to start from scratch. Now, I do have a couple of minor gripes. The included keyboard and mouse are fine. They get the job done, but they're not anything special. If you're serious about gaming, you'll probably want to swap them out eventually. Also, the case isn't the most spacious, so if you're planning to add a bunch of extra drives or a big air cooler, you might run into clearance issues. It's not a deal breaker, but it's worth keeping in mind. All in all, though, this is one of the better pre-built PCs I've tested in a while. It's fast, reliable, and doesn't require a ton of setup. If you're looking for a gaming rig that won't break the bank but still delivers solid performance, this is a great option. The CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme is worth considering if you want something that just works without the hassle of building your own. You can find all the details below. For most buyers, the real question is not whether CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme Gaming PC Desktop, 13th Gen Intel Core i5-13400KF, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4068GB, 32GB RAM, 2TB SSD, Windows 11 Home, black sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like display size and display resolution maximum actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like CyberPowerPC Gamer Xtreme Gaming PC Desktop, 13th Gen Intel Core i5-13400KF, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4068GB, 32GB RAM, 2TB SSD, Windows 11 Home, black usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.